leading us along here. So, dear Leviathan, we can almost spot you in that darkness. How's it going, my friend? Oh, wait for it. The suspense. Michael, are you there? I'm calling you. He's not. Is he there? Who knows? Let's move on to Brian. How's it going, Brian? Oh, that's why. I was muted in Zoom. That was pretty dumb of me. Michael, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good. I was sitting there wondering, just, I'm doing wonderful. How you doing this morning?
Yeah, pretty good. Excited to get into today's session for sure. Do you want to tell us a little bit about Chaos Calling today?
Absolutely. So, for the old-time D&D players like me, you probably remember an artifact called the Rod of Law or the Rod of Seven Parts. Our friends in the adventure today, they are in a realm that is being invaded by the Lords of Chaos. One of the pieces of the rod has actually already been discovered, and they have been sent on a quest through a hinge of portals to retrieve the other pieces. Now, each one of these portals that they go in, they actually need two items. The first one is, of course, the piece of the rod, and the second one is the portal key to get them back home and to get them back to the other doors so that they can finish their quest. So last week we actually went through the realm where they had to deal with the Silver Lake and knights on the stone bridge, and a lovely little gamester that Miss Sydney just charmed the heck out of. Then at the end of last week, they went through the second door and have ended up in this fiery realm that they know nothing about yet. Little quick reminder for you, because it happened right as we were winding up the game last week. Sydney, you do still have two nat 20s for you.
Yeah.
And y'all have a nat 1 that you can assign to one of your enemies.
Yeah, like I sat up last night at like 4 o'clock in the morning and I was like, I have two nat 20s tomorrow. I'm so happy.
It's amazing.
Came to her in a dream. So, yes, so that is a bit of a recap. But let's find out who we are and who we're playing today. So let's start with Brian. How's it going, Brian?
Good, man. Rocking it.
Good. So tell us who you'll be playing today.
I am playing Brimaz, a half succubus, half storm giant who has the temper of his succubus mother and the power of his storm giant father. So he kind of has a bit of a temper, gets angry, and lets loose crazy, the storm's fury, as it were, I guess, right?
Yes, indeed. So Sydney, tell us who you're playing today.
Oh, okay. I'm playing Brimley. She's Ramaz's sister. She's a succubus.
What more can anyone want than that?
Take that as you will.
All right then. And finally, myself, I am playing Roth, the human assassin, who is somewhat obsessed by the moon. It seems like, and he believes that he is an excellent assassin. He lives in shadows. He has no name and no face, and very little intellect from last episode. But he is alright in a fight, and he certainly is dedicated to finding the rods. So that's who I'm playing today.
Once you realize the exchange rate of lands and titles to gold pieces. Right?
Yes, indeed. Pretty much. He's not the smartest cookie, but yeah, we'll learn more as we get into this about our characters, I suppose. So Michael, why don't you kick us off here into today's session?
And before we get started, I just want to say, Roth does have one hell of a Batman imitation, though.
He does.
He doesn't have much, but he has one hell of a Batman.
Yeah, he certainly believes.
All right, so to remind you where we left off last week, you had entered this realm of fire, and basically as soon as you went through the door, that was all you saw. When the fire kind of dies down a little bit, you realize that you're standing on a stone pillar, Looking about you, you see fire and flame and lava as far as you can see. Floating above this, just like the one that you're actually standing on, are several different floating pillars of varying sizes of stone above this fire and magma. Could each of you please roll me a perception roll?
Sure. This would be a good time to find my character sheet. God damn it.
This was me last time when I forgot to log into Roll20.
Yeah. Fact, whenever Roth sees the shadow of a bath over the moon, he kills someone.
I rolled a 3.
Oh,
Are we
man.
surprised at all?
Well, not at this point.
No.
You got 2 nat 20s though.
I didn't want to use it yet.
Yeah, don't use that yet.
Perception.
I'm just verifying that I have. Oh yeah, okay, all right. 7d6 for perception.
21.
Get away from
All
me.
right.
I got a. Let's see. Sorry, I had to get my.
Fact, Roth has no name because no one has ever seen him to call him by a name. That is true. No one's seen me.
All right, so looking at these rolls, Brimley, you're a little bit caught up over the fact of being over this huge volcanic field there. It's kind of thrown you a little bit, so you don't notice a whole lot.
It's harshing your mellow.
Roth, you kind of scan in with being the experienced assassin that you are, you kind of scan in the whole area, and you notice a couple of things. The first one is much like in the area that we had on the lake where it had the key. There is another glass case, this one on a far floating field, and in which you can see the heart key.
Nice.
The other thing you see is on the opposite end of the field, you see where the pillars stop and where it actually appears to be solid ground. Brimax, since you got a little bit lower of a roll, you don't notice the key, but you also do see the solid ground, and beyond that, what appears to be the noises of battle coming from afar.
Now, this solid ground is this north, south, east, or west? I'm just looking for it on the map.
I'm going to click it for you. That's going to be
Okay.
on the northeast.
And so that's the beginning of. So that's just the tip of what is further solid ground, is what you're saying?
Yes, sir.
All right.
And then this pink thing here is what we're looking out for.
That's the heart key.
Okay. Do these look jumpable? Does it look jumpable from here, for instance? And how high up are we, or are we just kind of just standing on a step?
You're not just standing on a step. You're actually probably about 50 feet above the lava. So you're able to
Okay.
feel the heat, but it's not like it's lapping over your feet or anything like that. And as far as the distance, depending upon if you choose the right spot, it looks jumpable. Some spots, not so much.
Okay, so I turn to the group and I say, we need to get the rod.
Did anyone see the rod? I didn't see anything.
There's a thing, and it's here.
Can you point to it, please?
There.
Can you point to
I
it?
need you to like grab my face and like.
It's there.
Oh.
Great.
So, really low.
We need to get there.
Okay.
I'm gonna jump.
Are you sure that's the best idea?
No, but I'm gonna do it.
And there's no stopping you?
No.
All right.
Okay, bye.
Okay, so what I'm gonna, so while he's doing that and perhaps plunging to his doom, which is fine, don't by all means don't let me stand in the way of that. I have a little bit of a Magneto sort of like thing where my character, since we're second level, has acquired some ability in the movement supernatural attribute, which lets me levitate. So I am going to attempt to invoke the levitation boon. So the winds of the storm just sort of pick up, and maybe, yes,
Ooh, look at him go.
maybe.
Hey, the perfect number.
17.
Hey.
Oh man, you heard it here, folks. First.
All right, so Brian, I'm assuming from the position, since you haven't really moved him, that you're trying to get over here.
Yep, that's the idea.
All right. Well, with a 17, I'm gonna say it's a little bit of a rough ride. This is a new ability for you, so
Yeah.
it's rather nerve jarring for you. But
Sure,
you
sure.
can move your token over there. You've made it to the very edge of the platform.
Okie dokie.
Now, Roth, I want you to go ahead and roll your agility, seeing if you can make that jump.
Okay, I'm gonna do a running jump on this one.
Okay.
Uh,
With a running jump, I'll give you advantage.
okay.
that's
Oh
fine.
shit. I rolled 15 anyway.
Okay.
Wait, do you add another die? Yeah, right?
Yeah, I guess. What is it? Bang
Why
bang.
not, man?
Yeah. Plus one, 16.
Nice. Okay. So you also make it over there. Now.
Can I land in your arms? I jump into Brimaz's arms. Catch me.
Currently, that leaves you. How are you going to get over there?
Honestly.
Well, I will, once I land, I will, there's no guarantee that this will work, but I will attempt to call up the winds of the storm to do the same for her.
Okay.
The winds of magic.
That will, because I can only focus on one boon at a time, that means that I stop flying, but I'm already on solid ground, and attempt to, 19. So that's
Ooh, nice. You just carry her over, no issue whatsoever.
Nailed it.
BAM!
Yay! Because we all know that if it was just me, it would not go very well.
Now, as you're moving across, you do notice that things start to shake, and when Roth actually hits this platform, you notice that the whole thing shakes and a little bit breaks off right there. in the middle.
Oh, man.
So, how are we going to proceed forward?
Very, very carefully. The one that breaks off in the middle. Is that right?
Yeah, the one that y'all are on breaks off
Oh,
right
yeah.
in the middle. Right where this little L area is, that's where it broke off.
All right.
I disentangle myself from the warm embrace of Brimaz, and I say, "Oh, that doesn't look good. Maybe I should jump.
Again?
Maybe, for the rod, you know."
Maybe you can get Brimaz to throw you. You are small.
I am like a bat when I am in flight, with my black cloak trailing behind me like wings.
Okay, but do you want him to throw you or do you want to jump?
I would like to be thrown and then jump.
Alright.
All right.
He will
So
throw
I-
me, and then in midair I will jump. I will do a double jump.
This isn't Mario Brothers there, Roth.
We're platforming right now.
Right, don't ruin it for him. Don't tell him that he's not.
Don't ruin my immersion, damn it.
All right, so you actually have three options of moving forward. Even the most direct path is going to be this one right here, but it's completely up to y'all. How are you going to do it?
This is interesting because what if that one's more unstable, guys? You know, but I guess we'll
Well-
go for it.
Yeah.
Well, Rob?
I mean,
Are you jumping?
yeah.
I was already in
Nice,
there
we'll find out.
when we raised this concern. So here's my roll to try to levitate him. Well, I don't know. The odds of me continuing to roll this higher are against us. So it's gonna. Oh, 19 again. All right.
All right.
All right, so Roth, which one were you headed towards?
I'm gonna head for the left side.
Okay, this one right here.
Yeah.
All right. With a 19, he's definitely able to levitate you over. So you make it over and land softly. And when you land, unlike when you landed before and the middle broke out of that one, since he levitated you over, nothing breaks off.
That's good. Usually things break off of Roth when he jumps. I land and I do, like Kaki suggested, bring my black cloak trailing behind me so I look like as much like a bat as possible.
Okay. Brimley, you and Brimax, how are y'all going to get across?
I suggest you jump.
I'm gonna look at him and be like,
Same thing.
please help.
Please help. Oh man, this is terrible. This whole thing is resting on my ability to keep rolling higher than I should.
Would you rather it be resting on my ability to roll high?
This is true.
This is a good point. Come on, we got this. We got this. Maybe we'll have to pull out a natural 20 or something.
Oh yeah. You did on that 20. 15 from.
15. Oh, that's not going to be very good.
Don't say
Okay.
that.
So, Brimley, as you're gliding across, you're just about to get to the edge.
Glide like a bat. Do the double jump, quick.
And all of a sudden, you feel the power that's supporting you kind of start to fail. For some reason, Brimax, it just seems to give you a headache, and you're finding it harder and harder to exert this much effort. So
Yeah.
you actually start to fall, but as you fall, you catch the edge of this left platform over here. So you're kind of dangling right now.
Hey, do you need a hand?
Yes.
Okay.
Go ahead and do a strength roll with a might roll with advantage to pull her up.
For me?
No, Raw.
Oh man. Oh no.
Oh no.
I'm actually not very strong.
Me.
It's all just muscle definition. 19.
Oh well, you have muscle today.
I was kidding.
Roth just kind of curls her up in one motion.
Nice. This is actually, and to be clear, even though you didn't roll the second d20, this is one of those rare instances where having a 0 pays off, because you actually do get to roll 2d20, just to be clear about that.
Oh yeah, I forgot we had a might. I forgot I had advantage on actually. Sorry. Waking
Yeah,
up.
so you get another roll, but I don't think you're going to beat 19, so anyway.
All right, and Brimax.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, didn't beat it.
So for me, I will attempt to.
Oh god.
Okay.
I'm gonna be prepared, like surfing, prepared to jump off of a wave in case this doesn't work out. But of course, my best bet is still the same thing. So, 13.
Okay. So again, the exertion, you're kind of reaching that muscle failure point with your power here. So you do have to jump. You get about halfway across, and then you do a jump.
Okay.
But since you're so close and because you're so big, I'm not even going to make you roll for it. You just sense that you're about to
Okay.
lose the ability to hold yourself aloft and jump yourself over.
That's cool. I am very tall.
However, I am going to say that until you're able to actually rest a little bit mentally, you're not going to be able to use this power again.
All right, that makes sense. So I will. You guys see like sort of like purple, like almost like purple veins, sort of like around my temple, and it looks like you can see like this look of exhaustion on Brimaz's face, and he just sort of takes a knee after this like mighty jump, and it looks like you see him breathing heavily or whatever.
Ruff starts singing Purple Rain to the, but with purple veins. Very good friend of mine. Oh, let's bring a token over, Brian.
I don't know how much further I can go.
We've got to get to the rod.
You know what? I just kind of realized
What's that?
that we're all heading towards the key, but only one person really needs to get it. So we probably didn't all need to go this direction.
Yeah, but it's nice to do things as a family.
You're not related to us.
No, but I feel like I should be. My only family is darkness, but it's nice to pretend.
Okay.
So I'm gonna jump here. Do you wanna hold my hand?
You want me to hold your hand?
I'm asking if you wanna hold my hand.
You mean like in the air?
Yeah, it'll be super cool.
Sure.
So, Ramaz, you see your sister and Roth, and they're kind of headed towards the edge, hand in hand, as if they're going to try a jump holding hands.
It's not a suicide pact, okay?
That's
Are you
my
gonna-
sister's hand you're holding there, you lunatic.
I say, she's holding my hand. It's different.
Burnley, Burnley, are you actually going to jump with him?
Yeah.
Not the family you deserve, but the family you need right now.
Oh my
All
god.
right, let's go ahead and make that jump. I'm not going to give you any disadvantage. Let's go ahead and make the jump.
Agility?
Jump. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm really good at it.
16.
You're not. I'm worse. You're weighing me down. My bat wings can't function properly.
All
What do you
right,
mean
so
weighing you down?
a couple of things happen here, and I'm going to explain it like this. So y'all actually both make the jump. The problem is that Brimley, while you make the jump pretty clear, Roth makes it more towards the edge. And when he does, that whole piece falls loose. So now I need you to make a might roll. And this is not going to be with advantage since he's kind of falling, surprising you, to keep him from falling in that lava.
Are you kidding?
No, I'm not kidding.
Come on, you're so strong.
I'm gonna use that 20
Yeah.
because I don't have anything.
You burned one of them there, Michael. Good job.
So this actually is a good time to use that nat 20, and she struggles, but she pulls Roth over the side. Now, Brimaz, you're watching them, and you notice that the outer edge has been kind of crumbled a little bit by Roth's jump.
Okay.
So you're going to have to roll a little bit higher to make it further in, where you're not going to crumble this piece, sending all three of you into the drink.
This is
Now,
let's see here.
You need to hold a hand.
Here's the question I have for you, Michael. How long in the spectrum of possible fatigue, how long do I feel like I would have to rest before I can, before I'm no longer like overwhelmed and able to use my power or whatever?
well, I'm thinking a few minutes. I mean,
Okay.
it's not like a day or anything. It's just basically you were exerted by the fact that you did it like 6 times back to back to back.
Yep, absolutely.
So I'd
So
give
what
it.
I'm going to do is I'm going to say, why don't I wait here for you guys? I'm worried that my weight will destroy that
Yeah, you're pretty big.
ground.
Don't say that. He's sensitive.
He's pretty big, though.